welcome LDN bakers. I'm welcoming you in next our another one LDN baking session, and I hope you enjoy today. Today we're making apple cake. So to do that, we will just need to peel a couple of apples. I've got a peeler somewhere here. It's the best. You could do that with knife, or you could do that with a small knife, or you could do that with peeler. I don't know. I should have it somewhere here, but not necessarily. You could do that with a little knife, like this one I have it here, or you can have like a peeler, and that's sometimes easier. And I think most of the flats got like a little apple peelers. So let's start from the apple. I do like my apple. Hi LDN bakers, welcome to the next another one baking session. Today we're baking apple cake. So let's wash our hands and apple first. With a few apples. And for that particular bake, we will need probably around half a kilo apples. So they're around 4 5 apples. It depends how big they are. So we've washed our apples. Now we can peel them with that small knife which I told you. I've always collected these apple skins because I recycle and I got a compost. So I'll compost them. And don't forget to get a bit more apples, so that you can always try some along the way. For today's bake, I choose variety different apples, so that means green, red, yellow, because they got slightly different tastes. So good to mix the taste together, so eggs would be taste nicer. Also, when we peel apples, we need to remember to squeeze a bit of lemon on the top of it, so they won't go dark too fast. So I'll do that just now. I'll just cut my little lemon, and I don't have a squeezer, but I just squeeze it like that. Sometimes it's enough. If you got the bowl, it's always good to remember to kind of turn them around, so therefore they won't go dark too fast. Okay, don't forget always to clean as it goes. That's what I'll do. Okay, and now if you remember my scale, for this one we will need first of all 4 eggs. So I get my 4 eggs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Please don't forget to double check if there is no any shell in there, otherwise you might feel it when you eat, and it's not really pleasant to crack a little shell between your teeth. So that's okay. So that's our eggs, and now we need 250 milligrams of sugar. The sugar, so 250, I got my weight prepared. Yep, there you go. Our sugar, the white sugar, there you go. And obviously our mixing. Wooden spoon, please remember wooden spoons are the best. They don't damage our equipment. Make sure that's all mixed together. Brilliant. Now, I'll add a little bit of vanilla, because vanilla always gives us this lovely smell, flavor. Makes cakes much more pleasant when it's baked, and also much more nicer in taste. So I'll add 2 tablespoons of vanilla essence. Be careful, be gentle, because it's very easy to overdo it, and then it does not taste that nice. It will be bitter and a little bit overwhelming. Okay, so that's, we're mixing again, and I can smell vanilla already. If someone likes, you can also add a tiny bit of cinnamon. Cinnamon's got a bit more refined scent, and also kind of makes that a little bit more Christmassy. We don't want to have a Christmas, so I don't add particular cinnamon. However, I will add a tiny bit of orange peels, and I got these orange peels here. I add them because they always give that an extra bit of flavor as well. Smells so nice. Just only a pinch, because we don't want to overwhelm. It's the apple cake, not orange cake. Just for the record. So there you go. And mix it again. We've got that. Now we can add the flour. And flour, we got another 250 grams of flour. Got 250 grams. Just so it's self-raising flour. That means that we don't need to add anything else, like a baking powder or baking soda. So 250 of self-raising flour. There you go. That's my 250 grams of self-raising flour. And then going back to mixing all that together. Okay, and now we're putting 200 grams of softened butter. Best is to have unsalted butter, so that means, there you go. That means everything will be mixing really well, and also won't be as salty or bitter. And therefore we will mix that all together. Please make sure if you're softening butter in microwave and less time, make sure that you check temperature before you put it in, otherwise the egg will boil in the mixture and cake won't rise. There you go, and that our cake mix is practically ready. Make sure that all the ingredients are mixed properly. Okay? And that's when I'm using my favorite tool, a spatula. So there you go. We're removing all this nicely from the spoon. Great. Remember, if it's too fast for you, pause, and once you catch up, just start playing again. Go. Beautiful. I didn't cut apples before because I like when they're fresh and nicely cut and they won't get too dark too fast. So now I will get our baking tray. For this particular bake, I think, where's mine? There it is. For this bake I will use my round tray. It's always look really nice when we will make that cake. In the round tin. As you remember from our previous bakes, we will use some grease. It can be butter, it can be margarine. Just make sure that cover the all surface, especially bottom surface of the tray. Really nice and precise. Just all around. And you can use, it's better, tastes probably better a little bit. You can use breadcrumbs. to line that in as from previous bakes, and I usually use cornflakes or porridge. Just a tiny bit of porridge or porridge oats, and you just kind of shake the baking tray axis we removed. There you go, in that prepared baking tray we could now pour our mixture. It's just a regular size, so that should be enough for that cake. And now we could just kind of spread it across a little bit, not too much, because once the cake will get to the oven, it will level itself. Okay? Beautiful. And now apples. So why I did not cut apples before? As I mentioned, they're just much better when we will just cut them fresh. Just for you to see, I'll move this in here. Maybe that's better. And then cut them across. Beautiful. Wedges. So wedges is kind of like that sort of size, and I like them like that because then I could line them all around the tin. Just press them a little bit there so the cake will grow around the apples and make them a little bit nice and golden. There you go, all around. Make sure that all the pips are taken out. You don't want to have them between your teeth once you're having a nicely baked cake. Or even worse, when you're with any guests and suddenly you realize that there's some pips in there by biting and being nervous that they will find out. There you go, all around. Don't worry if by any chance you find out that there might be not enough space for your apple. Obviously, because we'll align them like that, we're making sure that we can always press the apples a little bit further down to the pastry. There you go. Don't forget about washing your hands. along the way. If you touch something or if you use the toilet, please do make sure that you wash your hands again. And washing hands in toilet doesn't count. You need to make sure that you wash your hands in the kitchen where you're preparing your food, as from the toilet to the kitchen is a long way, and you probably touch the door handles and everything alongside rails, or even shake hands when you see somebody on your way. So please make sure that you will wash hands just before you're preparing food. The best place is just the kitchen. Okay? Try to fit as much apples of your 4 or 5 apples, so there will be all these juices from the apple will be released and it will be taste delicious. I really like this cake, it's really nice and light. And you'll see one with rice, and this looks really delicious. And now, I said to remember about having a little bit more apples cut, so then you can try all leftovers. There you go, that's how it looked like before we put it in the oven. Now, 180 fan. For approximately 35 minutes. Don't forget to check always after 35 minutes if your cake is good, okay? See you in 25 minutes. And there you go, that's our cake is ready. Just remember to check every couple of minutes if it's okay. If it's dry inside, it means it's okay. Should be like that. You can always put some icing sugar on the top and have a nice tasting. And that's that. After around 45 minutes altogether, cake would be ready. So have a nice trying and hope will be success. And you can always put some icing sugar on the top as a decoration. Okay? Thank you very much, my dear bakers, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.
To share your films on YouTube, please email them to marketing@wspld.org or WhatsApp them to Lawrence Swan on 07715 311 399. Thank you.